now.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. It's the Pony Factory. I hear this game's kind of short, but that's okay because it's $3, and I also got Chopped Goblins. I guess we could play that afterwards. I don't think people who are fans of this game would care for the title not being completely accurate. Maybe Brian could cut the thumbnail in half if we get to that point, but there's no guarantee that I'll make it to the end of this game. It's scary, and you know, scary games that make me aim bad and I shit myself a little. Oh, I was within the first 30 seconds. Dang it, the rules.
Naughty words. I told you.
Shoot, I shooted myself. I shooted my pants so dang hard.
The cannon launched.
Shooted myself. That's great. That's now the official way to say clean. So I was running through the hallway through school and I shooted myself all over the floor. They had to mop it up and everybody laughed.
The second shitter.
I'm reasonably convinced that's the real burble drink, because why would he put up with it for so long? Welcome back to the fold. You just gotta get a, oh my god. No, it's no sneezing, come on. No.
We've been over this?
If I sneeze, the third rib below, the third rib from the bottom is gonna explode. And I'm going to scream and fall down. I'm gonna roll on the floor. I'm gonna be like, ah, and it's gonna be really funny for you guys, but it's not gonna be very funny for me.
There's gonna be a big sign that says this is not part of the show, folks.
I'm gonna get up and knock my whole fucking set down. I'm gonna get up and like the muscle's not gonna work anymore. It's gonna be like, you heard it too much. Now it just doesn't do anything. I'm gonna fall forward and just knock all my shit over.
You'll just never be able to sneeze again. That'll be like your trade-off.
At that point, I would just bolt everything to the wall, I guess, and no more drinks.
I think about that from time to time. What's gonna be the catastrophic event that causes me to never have a drink in my house, or
probably some ailment that causes you to frequently knock them over. That would be the one for me. I guess I could get like a sippy cup.
I've got severe tendon issues in my hands, and even then I'm still like, no, I'm gonna leave a bunch of cans of Coke around and then not finish them. And now
you gotta pick them all up in one long torturous. You could have spread it across and given yourself an easier time, but now you're gonna clean them all up, and you're gonna face your sins head on later, though.
It's like meal prep. It's like, you know how some people, they do their meal prep like once a week? That makes more sense to me.
No, you're
twice
just
a week
stupid.
instead of every day. No, they're smart.
Winston arrived at a solution to the moral decay of his town. He called out to Hell in a secret candlelit room one evening, and Hell answered him. The human body could, Hell promised, be twisted, stretched, and broken into a kinder, more equine shape. The human heart molded into something less human. Winston's town, now filled with the cruel and ignorant, could instead be filled with magic ponies. If you could provide a factory in which to make them, Winston thought they could be beautiful, gentle, and good. But Hell had other plans. Buckle the fuck up. And turn it the fuck down a little. There we go. Look at these modern 3D graphics. You can't get this without the 4090.
Is there a TI for the 4090 just for this?
Nah, they got 4070 Supers.
Uh-huh.
And the 4070 Supers are as good as a 3080, but they chew up less wattage, which I guess is good.
It's weird to me that they sell like multi-bands of the quality.
The Maximalist V4 automatic bolt gun ABG V4, traditionally livestock dispatched one at a time at close range, but our studies have found that this method is inefficient for the rapid harvesting of horse parts. necessary for the mass production of magical ponies. A faster, more reliable method is needed. To this end, we have developed the Maximalist V4 Automatic Bolt Gun, or ABG V4, boasting the accuracy and fire rate of a military assault rifle, a 40-round capacity, and ergonomic magazine design for quick reloading. This tool makes it easy to kill or incapacitate multiple animals in rapid succession from any range. Yeah, Pretzel $2 says computer's finally fixed. Hell yeah. Anyways, what were you saying, Brian?
I wasn't saying nothing.
Something about like.
Oh, I think it's weird they make more than 2 or 3 different kinds of like tiers for your graphics cards. I get it.
The reason is like they know about what the consumer will pay, and that's what the minimum card is. Like that's like, yeah, you could probably afford this. And it's the same thing they do with cars pretty much, to where it's like, well, you got your like standard, 30. This one's 29,000, but if you pay, 38,000, you get powered wipers. You don't have to use a crank. Remember when there was a point in time, I don't know if you've been in a car that had the hand crank for the windows.
The windows?
Yeah, they don't make.
I was like the last generation of that.
Yeah, they don't make those anymore just because it's like, well, no, it's so cheap to make the electric one.
I have a 2006 Toyota that I've been just driving until I Fred Flintstone it, and like,
yeah,
it's got power windows, and I was telling someone about it, and he goes, next time you get a 2010 Toyota, you can get one with crank windows, and I'm like, no, you can't, and he's like, yeah, you can. You have to custom order them or something.
I do like the idea of buying crank windows just to fuck with people, especially if you had an Uber. It's like, you can lower the window if you want, dude. And the person's like utterly fucking confused. Like, what? It's like, no, turn it the other way. You're gonna fucking break it, you idiot. Like, shout at them. Like, no, you're doing it wrong. And they're just crying. They're like, I want to get out of the cab. Notice to all employees, we have identified a number of minor leaks in the liquid lighting. Holding tanks liquid lightning is the main catalyst in the process of whimsical flaying. While management assures us that lightning cannot travel through the air, physical contact with any visible pools of lightning on the ground could expose you to dangerous levels of electrical skin peeling whimsy. Please use the utmost care when moving through affected areas until the maintenance staff are able to fashion a mop capable of absorbing electricity. Well, what do you think about that?
Talk about a loaded term. It sounds like an insurance scam. A little liquid lightning.
Yeah, that's what we call the wet basement.
The wet basement.
I'm gonna go back to pick up those bullets that were back there. Oh, it looks like I don't even need to, though. I think I'm being a little too conservative, huh?
I like how doomish this is.
I should be more liberal.
My car, the one power window stopped working, and then the other one, and
shut up, you racist.
Just given up.
Yeah. Actually, I like the idea that you should have like the power window and the hand crank both.
That
way when your power
an option?
That should be, because when your fucking power window breaks, then you got a hand crank, right? So no biggie. Instead, like, it breaks, now you gotta, and I'm sure that's the reason why they give you the electric ones for free now. It's like, no, dude, give it to them, so when it breaks, they have to go pay for another one, and then we sell them more fucking parts.
I would
not be shocked.
Because, well, one thing I notice about having a car is that I don't think about it when I'm not in the house, or when I'm in the house, I never, ever order parts to fix the radio or whatever.
You're about to listen to another note. Notice to all employees, please use caution and respect when circumnavigating the precarious death pit, and remember that it is here for your safety. If the sins outside become so great and so numerous as to evoke the wrath of God, the precarious death pit can be jumped into to ensure a quick and fatal escape from divine retribution. Oh, cool! You escape God's wrath by jumping into the
Portal-ish.
Mario pit.
Doesn't that sound very Portal-ish to you? The Aperture Science honor pit.
Yeah, well, we are in the pony factory.
That's true. I like
that. Brian, look out! Are you okay, Brian?
This game is like Dwindler's List. Just dwindling away my time.
Dwindler's List? What the fuck?
It's all black and white.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a reference to something else. He got me killed. I'm like, what?
There
I was trying to piece together.
Spielberg movie. There's a Steven Spielberg movie
Called Dwindler's List.
Called Dwindler's List. Yeah.
Can we do Toons talking on it?
Have you ever seen that movie?
No, look. I know what it's about, and that's enough. You know, if somebody feels like I don't understand the depth of the subject matter of that movie and needs to subject me to it, I'll watch it. I don't mind watching it.
Look,
it's not that.
Less depressing than you'd imagine.
Oh, sure. I mean, you know, if you're racist, I'm sure it's just a.
My friend. No, the list is the people they saved, silly buns. Jeez.
Nah.
It's a wonderful movie, and I cried at the end.
Yeah. I can't wait for the animated adaptation for Pixar.
Why do you go for Pixar? I want to see the anime of it. I'll watch it if it's an anime.
Because they probably already made an anime about that. Anime doesn't pull back on that. They have all sorts of.
I was gonna say there's a World War II anime. I can't remember what it is though.
There's like several of them and video games too.
Oh yeah. You're right. Well, I know there's video games about World War II, but I mean like.
No, I mean like anime video games where they like the characters are in tanks with rifles fighting each other, and they like do cool little like anime dances, and there's like a cat girl or something.
Oh, okay, I found it. I found the movie I was thinking of. Okay, there's definitely a World War II anime. It was released in 95 in Japan. It's called An no Niki, and it's a very sweet movie.
I'm sure. Oh, fuck yeah, flashlight.
OCD, I haven't heard of Evil of Tanya, but I feel like if I Google it, my ISP's gonna write me a letter.
Did you know that in Japan someone made a fucked up cartoon?
What do you want me to say? What answer would... Brian added something to the show today.
In Japan, they redid Schindler's List, but they rewrote the ending to make the Nazis the good guys.
Actually, if anyone with AI has got some time, I know how everyone hates AI, but like I have not seen enough anime adaptations of fucked up. Saving Private Ryan is an anime that must exist. We'll make it exist.
Maybe it already does. I don't know. I need my anime adaptation of Requiem for a Dream. Ass to ass.
Yeah, that's what Requiem for a Dream is the most propaganda movie I've ever seen. It's funny, people in Congress were upset that Trainspotting was a displeasing movie because it doesn't show how horrible heroin is, but Requiem for a Dream is a lot more appropriate. It's like that movie's like that whole movie. Requiem for a Dream is like when you pick the wrong page in a book, like in a choose your own adventure book.
You pick all the wrong ones. It's like, wow,
yeah,
it's not a good day for the main character.
Everyone was sad and miserable.
You see, the gun is also a light.
That's pretty cool.
I learned that little trick from finding my keys in the dark when my flashlight's out. I just get out the Glock and just, you know, let there be light. It's just a little 22. It couldn't hurt a flea.
I moved. Anyone excited to hear how Brian moved? I moved
he got off his left ass cheek and got onto his right one just now.
Yep. I don't want to brag or nothing, but someone's got to get up to
little tired though.
Well, I don't answer the door when the Uber Eats gets here, but you know, I assure someone's gotta open the door and pick the bags up.
No, you just leave the door unlocked and a note. It's like, you can come in. I don't care if I die. Just bring me the food. I'm not scared to die. Just leave it on the table.
I'm not scared to die. I'm scared that you forgot the sauce packet.
Yeah. Or at least let me eat the food if you're here to kill me.
I found out they got rid of final meals because one guy ordered like $600 worth of food in Texas and then didn't eat it, and he was like, all right, bye everyone, I'm not very hungry today.
Yeah, I can imagine doing that, then losing your appetite. No one's like, well, there's the end. It's like, yeah, all of a sudden the milkshake deal doesn't seem all that great anymore.
Well, and also
I'd ask for a bunch of weed edibles, like a bunch of, I want a bunch of mushroom gummies and weed gummies, and put me in the chair, and we'll just, like, how much worse could it be if I'm tripping balls? It's time to read a note, Brian.
Okay.
My fellow creators, I will try to answer the many questions I've received as quickly and thoroughly as possible, but I'm sure you will understand that I am merely human, and addressing all of your concerns will take time. That said, regarding dress codes, employees are reminded that no religious iconography of any kind may be worn in the workplace, as the management is hell itself. Such displays go against our fundamental company values. Winston, the CEO! There you go. That's acting, Brian.
I think we established in Concord that acting is when you talk like this.
Hey. Thank you. I'll take my Emmy now. Hey. Look at me. I can pretend like I'm on heroin like it's real life. Give me awards.
I see people act that out in real life every day, and where are their medals?
Yeah, why aren't we getting them up on stage near other people? without proper security or protection. What, are you afraid of? Are you afraid of them?
Come on, people these days are afraid of heroin addicts because they will do anything to get their heroin. But
that's a right-wing lie. I disagree. Am I saying
the other thing I learned,
I'm the heroine in this game? I guess you could be the heroine, but I don't know what. My character just seems to be a flashlight and a gun, as far as I can see.
It'd be fun to play a floating flashlight. You make it a VR game and you could throw the objects. Just be a ghost, actually. A whole ghost game would be really fun.
Sounds like Prop Hunt. A ghost game? There was gonna be a PvP Ghostbusters game. I don't know where that is.
I remember they did a top-down Ghostbusters game.
Listen, I don't care how you do it. Shoot 'em, stomp 'em, hit 'em with the big stick. I don't care. If you see a squirrel in here, it dies. No exceptions. I can't do this voice right now. My fucking rib. I don't know how they're getting in, and I don't know how. In the name of hell, I don't know how they're getting in, and I don't know how in the name of hell itself they're so organized, but they're so damn organized, and they seem to be targeting our machines and infrastructure specifically. I'm well aware of how insane this sounds, but the squirrels want to destroy this facility before we're even finished with a single pony. Stop them. Winston, the CEO. That ties into Squirrel Stapler. It's a different game.
That ties into Squirrel Stapler.
If you're aware of the universe.
Alvin has a wonderful ability to remind me why this is so funny. And you can just talk like that and not realize it. Let's tell the story about when I ripped on my dad so hard by just going, "Ooh, I'm Brian's dad," and I ripped on him so he was yelling at me about money or something, and he wanted money so he could buy substances, and we took this horrible scream fit that he was having, and we just started going, "Ooh, I have dependency issues." It's like within an inch of my face. Let's see what I'll do. How am I can just come up with those voices? I have to work through traumas, but it's still funny because even today,
I had a hard day. My day was so hard.
I
You
didn't
think
go to
your
work
day was
today.
hard? Mine was harder.
Yeah. Anyone in your family who ever yells at you and they didn't have a job, you get to go, ooh, I had a hard day sitting at home.
Yeah, you can do that to anybody,
Never know
though.
how hard
It's
it
like,
is to
ooh,
be
I'm
me."
watching my movie like I do every night. Ooh.
I have a hyperfixation. Ooh.
Ooh, look at me drawing again like I do all day.
Dear Twitter.
Dear Twitter, I hate my parents. I
was
draw
just thinking of
I draw
making,
every
like
single day.
someone on that note you just read that was like, I'm only human. I was just thinking very Twitterish.
I could only do so much. Brandon, I know this job can get repetitive. When you get bored, you make mistakes. So remember the 4 + 1 4 0 trick. 4 hooves and 1 skull go into the pony maker, where they will be grafted onto a fully prepped center by way of Hell's pony magic. Then 4 hooves go into the glue maker, where they will be processed into pungent glue, the fumes of which are pumped throughout the facility to encourage everyone to remain in the proper headspace. And the remaining skull gets thrown in the incinerator. Got all that? 4 hooves and a skull to the pony maker, 4 more hooves to the glue maker, 1 skull to the incinerator. It's as easy as drinking to forget. Rick, oh, that's cool. But what are the benefits? Like, do we get dental?
Only for the horses.
Well, you get dental, but it's horse teeth.
It's not your dental.
No dental, but anal. Lots of that.
Do you have anal insurance?
No, not
Rental
anal insurance,
insurance.
but we got anal. My fellow creators, in just 1 month, the pony maker will be finished, and we will be activating the current stock and swinging into full production. This will naturally require us to increase the rate and reliability of our center acquisition. Since the townsfolk are proving significantly harder to acquire now that our activities are widely known, several assembly lines will be immediately transitioned over to the building of the pony tank. This ingenious hoof-powered weapon of war, adapted from sketches from the great inventor Frederick Flintstone, will allow multiple ponies to chase down wayward centers from within the protection of a great pony head, and able to hurl magic projectiles if the situation should call for it. It will be great. Please refer to the new posted schedules for new shift assignments. Winston, the CEO.
You want me to read some of these for you?
Why? Am I not doing a good job? Is this
No,
not
you're
good
doing a
enough for
great
you?
job. I don't want you to hurt, buddy.
You pussy.
Oh!
Is someone having a little pussy attack right now, Brian? Are you under a lot of pain? Actually, I don't think you're supposed to say that anymore, huh? Oh well. Oops.
We were talking about like people in the world who are passive aggressive, but like it's like you can give them anything. It's like, I'm gonna be off Thursday. If you want to go do something. Well, I guess because I work Friday, I won't have to see, like that logic of that's like, hey, I got this program that works on PC. Oh, so you just don't care about people who own Macs? Is that what it is? Okay. And I like that. I like people who. I offered someone chocolate the other day, and they were like,
I'm bigoted against
maybe
Mac
some people
users.
don't like it. Well, no, I offered someone chocolate the other day, and they're like, oh, so you just expect me to like chocolate because everyone else does? And it's like, all right. So
You
before I
can't
came
fit
into
me
the
in
fight,
such a narrow little box, tiny man. I'm a robust person who doesn't eat chocolate. I eat nothing but caramel, and that makes me different, you idiot.
It was an old 2.5 Men joke, but it is like saying, yeah, I just found a cure for cancer. It's like, oh, so you decided to find one after I already lost my grandfather? It's like,
Good
what would help
timing.
me here? Yeah, excellent timing. Thank you so much. Just anger behind everything.
It's not that nothing's good enough, it's just no one is good enough.
That kind of logic. How about, do you want me to do a voice for you? Oh, I suppose Brian's just saying I'm not good enough at my job.
I'll just complain when it gets turned in preemptively just to keep you on your toes, so I'm just never satisfied, so you always feel like you're on thin ice.
I do know people like that.
That's fun, huh?
Just
Yeah,
kind of
no one-
withholding.
No one sees through that shit.
Any job where you're. I'm working on something right now. And I think I've talked about it enough, but it's the Phil Hartman thing, and the beauty of it is that I keep looking for like. Okay, check, awesome. And he keeps going, good job, you're so great. And I'm like, I guess that's the kind of atmosphere that other artists kind of gave him. But like, I'm just going, is this approved, yes or no? And he's like, you're a great kid, Ryan. You're doing fantastic. And I'm like, no,
I'm
no,
telling
no.
you, if you're doing
Just
like
make
any artwork or commission work or anything for anybody, don't
Mhm.
give them 20 questions about exactly how they want their haircut. When somebody goes to get a haircut, they
I
go
know.
like, make it look
know.
like this picture, or just try your best. They don't go like, yes, the left side a little shorter. Oh, the right side a little longer. Ooh, I would like a streak here. Ooh, this, that. Like that, they're gonna be in the chair for like a fucking hour. I mean, that's good if you're running a salon, maybe.
Yeah, when I make a commercial, it's like, I sent these notes to Tony, who sent them to Angela, who sent them to Ryan, and Ryan says this, but Tony says this, but Angela says this. I've had phone calls like that. It's like,
That's stupid. It's a waste of
notes that
time. And
contradict.
also,
yeah.
if it's bad and you have to redo it, it's almost quicker for you to just redo it than it is again to play 20 questions and revise everything over and over and over.
That's true. Well,
And plus you fuck up the pacing because you get this design by committee problem, to where the artist and actual intent just gets overwritten by like, and the artist can do it to themselves. It's not always corporate interference. It could just be like, well, should I color it red or blue? It's like, I don't know, try both. Ooh, which one do you like most? I guess red. Okay. And you're thinking like, ew, red sucks, but that's what he wants. It's like, no, you could have just drawn it red.
I would have colored it blue.
It's like, you're the one who asked. You're the one who put the question up. You're the one who like made him second guess himself, right?
No, I'm in such a fortunate position right now. My left ass cheek is higher than the right currently, and then I'll move again.
You just don't want to have to make a client second guess themselves when you're asking for information's good, but if the client isn't like giving you really good honest responses and it's taking a lot of time and they're like, oh, I don't know, you're at that point making them second guess whether they're making the right choices. Like, well, I should listen to the artist. I mean, maybe he's smarter. I don't know. And meanwhile, you're like, well, I gave him the odds between red and blue. He wanted red, and I offered blue. Then he, swapped the blue for some reason. I think it looks like shit.
Well, that's, if you ever wonder why shows like Rick and Morty exist, where they're on rigs very obviously, it's because the amount of notes that you get while making animation gets to be such an issue that they're like, they just count it as like objects being made instead of. Imagine if they did Rick and Morty, Dan Harmon didn't like one shot and they had to redraw it from hand.
It's possible.
So
some stuff don't make it through standards and practices, and you have to redo the whole thing just because it's rude and out of control.
I know that Adult Swim has this because I saw an interview with the guy who's the guy who made Titmouse, the company. There is
Superman.
a special program. Yeah, Superman. There's a special program that you put all your cartoons through that checks for in case it causes like a seizure.
Oh yeah, that was because of Pokemon.
Yep, and that program doesn't actually work.
Yeah, it screwed up all the Billy and Mandy colors for one season.
That was really fun.
Yeah, there's like a season that Billy and Mandy show to where it just like the colors just look weird, like all the yellows and stuff are just off. And it's like, yeah, well, we put it through the anti-seizure machine, and then it said like, oh hey, maximalist enhanced fire rate module EFR attaching an additional weapon system opens the bolt gun operators to the world with special. Wait, hold on, I'm not reading right. What's wrong with me? Attaching an additional weapon system opens up bolt gun operators to the world of special operations, only possible now with the maximalist enhanced fire rate module, or EFR. Whether you're facing down a deadly stampede of bloodthirsty herbivores or you have a single piece of livestock that requires the most definitive possible treatment, this versatile modification will unlock the full potential of your ABGV4 as the ultimate in tactical long-range animal husbandry.
Huh.
Now you know. And you would have asked a question about that and talked right over all that important dialogue.
Sorry?
You watch too much Game Grumps, Brian. You just don't care about the writing.
It's really hard to write these
Mark, I've
episodes,
received your concerns, as you know. I was running for that script just so I could interrupt you. Oh, that felt great. Okay, read this one. It's long. Read it.
Mark, I've received your concerns. As you know, there is an immense amount of excess sin extracted during our processing, and all that sin needs to go somewhere. To that end, a specialized pipeline carries the sin from this facility into the forest, out into the forest, where it harmlessly percolates into the groundwater supply. I understand from your report that the sin levels in this...
Man, my eyes are getting bad. This isn't easy. I don't want to be a voice actor.
I understand from your report that the sin levels in this same forest recently spiked for no discernible reason, but management assures me that this spike is most likely a natural phenomenon and is certainly unrelated to our waste sin pipeline. I agree with this and further add that my estranged son's company is currently performing an extended observation and spiritual analysis of the forest, which could certainly be causing untold sorts of depraved abnormalities. I am confident in our mission and leadership, and I don't believe this event is any cause for alarm. Thank you for your remaining diligent in your work. Winston, the CEO, Captain's log out.
There you go, Brian. That's how letters are spoken.
That was harder than I thought because I almost said your estrogen son, and I was mad at myself.
It's so much easier to just talk than to read. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the fonts get me a little bit. That fake typewriter.
Oh, yeah. In the intro, I was
That's
reading
what
the
throws
font, and I was actually doing a really straight job of it, but, like, as I was reading it, I was like, damn, this font's rough. That's a tough one.
Well, then, what I had to do is I had to, you know when you have Discord's little share window out, and if you have a thin window of it, it makes the picture that much smaller. I had to, like, full screen it on the ultra wide just to read all the text. I just wanted a full screen picture.
Yeah, I always like to full screen my ultra wide. More like dicks are.
More like Schlongworks.
Schlongworks is definitely my favorite dumb joke. That's so much to name a game company that.
Worse than not good. That was horrible. And he's like, well, you like Dixar a minute ago, but it's like a minute was a long time for you, dude.
a minute was a long time ago. Yeah. A minute was a long time ago is a good quote, though. That's very 2024, you know?
Yeah, he apologized a minute ago. A minute was a long time.
Yeah, it's 2024, dude. It's not 1990. A minute is like forever.
That was 3 tweets back.
Dude, that was 3 trends ago. We're gonna have to measure it by trends. Oh yeah, we're talking about ChatGPT earlier, since I know we love it talking about AI a lot. My prediction is that ultimately ChatGPT will be used for people to filter their thoughts so they don't have to think as much in conversation. And I know that, like, a South Park episode already covered that, right? But I think they nailed that, and it is seeing people starting to use it for ridiculous things like, you know, well, I don't have a lawyer, but ChatGPT can, like, Google, can look up stuff for me, you know what I mean?
People still think ChatGPT is sentient.
That's fun. Yeah, and that's also true. Not the majority, but enough people are stupid enough to just think, well, of course it knows. Beep boop understands. A computer can't lie. It's not programmed to.
It looks up keywords.
Be like, well, you
like
use Google and Wikipedia. Why not ChatGPT? That's going to be the argument, and it's going to start to become harder and harder to refute it. But the main thing is, okay, let's say I want to communicate something to someone via email, and I don't want to get an HR complaint, right? And it's a touchy situation. Well, I'll just run it through ChatGPT. It'll give me a crap response that solves nothing and doesn't frustrate anybody, and all sorts of other stuff like that. So I hate that. But if it reminds me of spell check. You know what I mean? Like your friend cannot spell pontificate. You know they can't because they drink way too much. And they've done, you know what I mean?
I was gonna say I had a friend who was dating a girl and he was helping her pay for college for herself, and then she slowly stopped dating him, and then one day was like, "Hey, where are those checks going?" And he was like, "How do I write a letter to tell her I feel like she's using me?" And I was like, "Hang on, beep, beep, Chat GPT, write a letter telling my friend's girlfriend that." And we went through 5 of them and we figured out the best one. But like what we learned is there's no good way to say I'm not giving you money anymore.
No, true. Although I would say, like, if you're going to talk about there being an advantage in that particular situation, if you're like under severe emotional turmoil and couldn't think, right?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason it was to your benefit to write or respond something, having the computer aid you as you're having like a problem, you know what I mean? And like it helping you formulate your thoughts. Or even people who have like, you know, disabilities and stuff like that, who have, you know, issues communicating what they want to say.
The new catfish is going to be someone who has like an inability to speak in complex sentences has now convinced someone that they're a super genius.
Actually, it'll be more believable if somebody speaks to you with a lack of literacy than with a lot of it. They'll have to come up with the anti-spell check that purposefully misspells the words in your text so that you sound human. I don't talk to anybody who uses spell check. We're gonna have like a second wave of Amish stuff to where it's like, no, only technology before 2008.
We were talking about
notice to all employees
like,
over the next coming week we will be installing the magic friendship energy from hell inside the pony maker. This marks the final step in pre-production, after which we will use the pony maker to activate all prepared magic ponies and swing it into full production. As this energy emanates from the depths of hell itself, it casts shades of light never before seen in this dimension. If you see hues of luminosity hitherto unglimpsed by the sight of mortal man, this could signal a critical leak, and you should immediately reported and should be immediately reported to your supervisor. Fuck! I said all the words right too. I almost had that perfect. Fuck! 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 Luminosity hitherto. Fuck. Unglimpsed.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, Brian.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's my new, I use this to shave my head every morning.
Imagine making a game or like a cartoon about this and being like, you gotta draw all those individually.
Yeah, no copy paste.
No copy paste.
Each and every different perspective.
Oh yeah, and there's
with lighting
we won't use.
What have I done? The ponies, they've all gone mad. This is not a magical friendship energy from the pure depths of hell. I gotta read this again. The ponies, they've all gone mad. This is not magical friendship energy from the depths of hell itself at all. This is pure sin from the depths of hell itself, twisted to resemble wonder and whimsy. How could they betray us like this? Oh no, they're coming. Oh no, no. Ah! Yabba dabba doo!
Writing on your note is really funny.
Yeah.
Ah! Ow, stop it. I'm dying.
Ouch. It's like you're writing and someone shoots you in the back with a gun, so you write ouch on the paper, then die.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see like a really artsy writer doing that. Like if someone shot Stephen King in the back and he's at his typewriter, or like, oh, who is it? The guy that did the Twin Peaks fucking
David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch. If David Lynch was at his typewriter and you shot him in his back, he'd go, ouch, I've been shot in the back. And then he would just die.
Ouch, I have been shot.
That'd be awesome. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want him to get shot, but you know.
How about Fight Club 2, where Chuck Palahniuk makes himself a character in the book going, how would you write a... No one's gonna be satisfied if you write Fight Club 2. We should add scenes where the creator talks about Fight Club 2. It's like, I get it.
I liked how the Human Centipede sequels went for a little bit. At least I saw like 1 and 2. I like how 2 was just a loser inspired by the movie.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was fun.
I like that kind of metatextual, like, you know, that came from like the first news article about it, where someone was incensed that it existed, and they're like, some monster's gonna watch this and try to replicate it. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Yeah, let's just make the movie. Yeah, let's just roll with that. I like that. That's really good.
That is a problem that movies tend to have, which is, it'll look stupid, but you'll be like, well, in real life, that would really be scary. Unfortunately, this movie sucks, though.
You know what? I liked it. I liked them. I liked the context of him working as a parking lot attendant, security guy, and he just fussed with the tapes. How does he have time? If at nighttime parking at some places? Most places don't even have security at the parking, because it's like, if you get obliterated, that's on you.
I'm just thinking about, like, how would you make a living doing that?
I was in Britain, not in America, for what that's worth.
Maybe that makes a difference.
It might. Maybe there's like minimum like wages and requirements to have, like, you know, it's like you can't have a building unattended and open or something like that, for all I know.
I just found out that
I'm just making up excuses. Look, I like the second one.
I think you should like the second one.
You can't stop me, Brian, no matter how much you want to. I'll always like the second.
You and your evil way.
Trying to manipulate me into hating the Human Centipede 2. It's a cinema classic, you jackass. Just like Schindler's Fist.
Schindler's Fist was a very unpopular movie.
Yeah, it didn't go smoothly with audiences. It was a bit hard. It was a bit too much. That was vulgar. Oh boy. Ha-cha-cha-cha.
It went all the way up to Schindler's wrist.
My ribs. Oh damn.
But that's okay, because he was checking for Schindler's cyst. Unfortunately, Schindler missed.
Now Schindler's pissed.
Schindler's kissed.
I got hurt. Owie. I got a ouchie-wawa. I need ChatGPT to clear our Schindler's List jokes, because I don't think any of those were all right to say. And if anybody wants to explain to me why, I would love to talk with you about Palestine. Let's go there. Let's just be the worst possible fucking people on the planet. We can do it. We can be worse. We can be worse than any group.
Schindler's List has one of the best quotes ever. That I will,
not on my watch. It was the first person to ever say "not on my watch" was in Schindler's List.
I just bought it. Schindler's Fist, not on my watch.
Yeah, Schindler's Fist. Where is my watch? Let's see.
Yeah, where's
Flirt
my watch?
asked, didn't I play this a while back? You're misremembering this, but maybe I did play it. That's a good question. Don't worry, I got some other garbage. Not garbage. I mean, I hate to call this garbage, but you know, it is simple. We'll call it simple.
This is some McDonald's. It's they worked hard on it. This is just what you get with a small team, obviously.
This is a hobby game that they paid to release. I can understand working on something as a hobby and wanting to sell it for money. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Plus, the price is pretty low. Also, I'm reasonably sure that if you really wanted to play this and couldn't afford the $4, I'm pretty sure if you pirated it, I don't think the developer would really, you know, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't think he's gonna be like, you're taking money out of my family's mouth.
Yeah, but that's a big problem with that kind of thing. Is like, same with me. When people go like, well, you don't expect it to be a career, do you? It's like, I guess you're not treating it like one, no?
No, you ought to pay, but on the same end, like, you know, with video games and stuff like that, and the way currency and exchange, like if you live in Venezuela trying to buy a game, or India is a good one. Like, this still charges 60 American dollars in India for a game on Steam sometimes, so regional pricing and stuff can be a huge nightmare to where it's like, well, I'd like to buy a game on Steam. I was like, well, I hope you have, you know, for us, like, I hope you have $900 for Wolfenstein.
It costs less to fly to America and buy Photoshop from India than it does to just buy Photoshop. I remember looking into that and being like, wow!
Oh, fuck, I just got hit. That's great. I was just processing that. It's like how it's cheaper to ship lead weights from China to America than it is to just get lead in America.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cheaper to put it on a ship.
Or like, oh, go ahead.
I think we read this. Yeah, we did. These are, I gotta go back, but those are old notes, so we're good.
Just make the notes go away then.
That's fine.
I just find the notes in games to extend them a lot, and I get why. But I'm really a lot more about what you're doing right now.
Dying.
Like that? Yeah, you are dead. Okay.
If it sent me all the way back to the start of the game, that would have made me laugh, because I didn't save. I don't remember doing a manual anything.
Ah.
Oh, I need to play better. All right, so, Brian.
Yeah.
How much money would it take for you to eat human feces? Welcome to Larry King.
If you had to drink a gallon of diarrhea, would you do it all at once and spread it out into your food over the course of the week? That makes it worse, right?
Well, you're allowed to do both.
Look, it's a free country.
Hell yeah, I want to replace Larry King now that he's passed and just have me, and I'll just ask everybody the same awful questions.
Well, the thing about Larry King interviews is that he doesn't really know you, and the more the show kept going, the last interview I remember is about the Sonic movie, and he's like, I'm gonna try to do a Sonic voice. Hi, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. And they're just staring at him.
It's pretty funny. My favorite's the DuckTales voice actor, where it's like, so where you want to be after your acting career? You know, you want to own a yacht? You want to, you know, retire in Hawaii? Or he's like, I voice in DuckTales.
Thanks for asking. You want a nice house by Tampa?
I'm gonna be renting property for the entirety of my life. I'm on DuckTales.
You're gonna settle down with the wife and find a nice place in Olympia, Washington?
Yeah, and then after I rob a bank, right? You know what I mean? Like, after I roll you over in the parking lot, Mr. King, and take everything out of your pockets, maybe.
Like, I don't talk to my brother Steven no more. That guy was a freak.
Nah, Larry King's all right. I just think it's funny. People assume it's like, well, you're in cartoons, so you're like Robin Williams or whatever, right?
Robin Williams had a lot of money. And he did what he loved. And that's really fucking sad to know that humans can still exist in that state when they have everything they want.
Oh yeah, he did everything he loved and it still wasn't enough. That's painful for like multiple reasons. Like, you know, it's not my thing, it's personal, obviously, but as somebody who liked his work, observing that and being like, oh wow, so sometimes getting everything you want still ain't enough to give you fulfillment, and it's still not enough to keep you going. That's pretty dark.
I was watching the Always Sunny podcast, and they were talking about, like, they did a live show and people were just chanting their names, and they're like, the thing is, you gotta be in the moment to really enjoy that, but then when you go home and you're just picking up your dog shit off the lawn, you still have to be okay with that, because it's like,
Well, you know,
I was like, that's
even
fair.
even if you are better than everybody else, it's better not to think yourself of that, you know, think yourself that way. So I get it, you know, keep humble.
It's true.
Oprah still has to wipe her ass.
Oprah still gets diarrhea from time to time, and I mean
Oprah-
from hour to hour.
Oprah's still Oprah's still.
Yeah.
I feel afraid making fun of Oprah for some reason. I feel like it chilled down my spine, like I'm making fun of somebody who could have me fucking murdered in a really awful way publicly.
Leave the light off, Elvin. We gotta have a talk.
Like, ah, shit. If I saw Oprah marching towards me, I'd be like, yeah, sure, in a
Oprah
one-on-one
marching
fight,
towards you.
in a one-on-one cage fight, I could beat up Oprah, but there's no possible chance of this person approaching me not having, like,
Elvin,
the
where are you
complete
going? I'm
advantage.
sorry. I just made Oprah's list.
I'm sorry, Miss Oprah, and yeah. I made Oprah's list, hell yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, Oprah's list. Sorry.
No, she has a book list. That was clever. I know you don't. I realize now you don't understand that was clever, but it was. That's funny as hell.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
That was clever. Not that you knew.
yeah, not that I would have the capacity to understand.
puny moron, incapable of understanding his own witty banter. Feeble.
Yeah, man, he's stupid. Thank you,
Thank you, that's exactly what I said. Verbatim.
Thank you for subtracting the big words.
Thank you for reducing my opinion by repeating it as if it were your own.
Thank you
I
for
gotta
using
work
a
on my
common human search
knick-knack.
engine.
Go to
Knick-knack.
ChatGPT. Type in how to sue someone.
What you do when you are being sued.
Get on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn. Look up Oglethorpe. That's gonna get me. I can't fucking see. Oh fuck.
No. I was totally going to get that job, dude.
I was gonna get that job till you called and said I was racist. And it's like, well, what do you think of this video? It's like, I think people on Uranus should go fuck themselves.
You are being live streamed to 6 million Earthlings.
But I did not think people would. That was 5 years ago. I've changed.
You are being broadcast to the whole universe.
I love the
Man,
Moonanites and
I
Oglethorpe. They don't make episodes, so I have to make them up in my own head. But you know what? That's good enough. If I was stuck on an island, I could still have Aqua Teen adventures in my head.
You and me stuck in an island just coming up with a...
I got my
Moonanite
coconuts
stuff.
that I painted up with shit and piss and blood. Like this is Emery right here.
You hammer them into the shape of squares.
Hell yeah. Ow.
I didn't like that.
Herbal Drink says, fun fact, I'm not the child I replaced. I wonder if that's ever
pretty
happened,
good.
like someone like who looks just like someone else's kid, but they got some kind of psychosis. Like, well, see, I murdered him, threw him in the river, and then I just put on his
No,
clothes and
son
went
of
home, and his
mine.
parents didn't even notice, and it was a big upgrade for me because he's got a PlayStation 5. I ain't got none of that. This is good. Mom's just checked out enough to not notice. You know what I mean?
There's an episode of Dexter's Lab where something like that happens. And there's like actual Dexter's parents.
No, I fell down the death pit forever. Fuck. They got me. Did you see that
That's the
trick
one
they
with-
did to me?
Well, I mean...
They
you
put
know,
me in a
keep
narrow
going.
hallway, right? And then they sent
Yeah.
1 monster, 2 monster, 3 monsters. So naturally I back up. But I don't want to waste ammo, so I don't deadlock the trigger. And as I back up, I forget about the one pit that kills you. The only one I've seen so far.
Must be hard.
They got me. That was pretty good. Usually Usually traps like that are really cheap, but I can only feel like a fool. It's like getting, you know, when somebody like gets behind you on all fours and then someone like lightly like pushes you in the chest and your legs lock up and you're like get knocked over by the daintiest little touch. That's how it feels. It's like you just got fucking owned scientifically, mathematically obliterated. Stupid brain, lack of remembering spaces.
I'm looking at this thing which is special menu, and I'm guessing this is for cruises. Assorted polywash, assorted sea crater salad, blood of the red-eyed sea dog, tomato juice and hot sauce.
Oh,
Scalloped
drink names
shark
gotta
meat.
be like that. I
Oh,
deal
those are
with
drinks. Okay.
sounds like drinks. Am I wrong?
Oh, you're right. Those are drinks. You were right.
Yeah.
This is a tacky.
Look,
awkward
there's
food.
only so many drink mixes a bar can have,
Yeah.
and eventually you just start naming stuff fun things so that when people order it, like, you know, I can make, like, here's an example. I can just take like DC superheroes.
Oh yeah.
And I can make you the Batman. We'll
I
use
got that.
Bacardi because Bat, right? So I got Bacardi, and then I got like coconut Red Bull because it's like blue, and I could probably like throw in maybe even like a splash of Dr. Pepper to make it completely black since it's prune and coconut berry.
Yeah.
I don't think it would taste particularly good, but there's a lot of sugar in there. It's probably all right. Anyways, and then I call out the Batman. And then to make the Aquaman, well, you just pick something green, right? Put some green shit in there.
I went to Arizona at the aquarium they have there. Like the whole area, there's like an adults only beverage place, and they've got like, there was like a Dexter's Lab one, there was like a SpongeBob one.
Now,
And I
I
was
want to
like,
go
how
to
are
the
they-
adults only Dexter's Lab one and get herpes off a strange woman.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That's a good idea.
And
She's not
Dexter's
strange after you
Underground
get 'em.
Bar, there's the strangest woman you've ever seen.
She really blows your drink ideas to smithereens.
I can't come up with a rhyme that like has anything to do with sores without it like being really mean. I'm rescinding my stupid joke. I'm sorry.
You're
Hope
on
you don't
all fours with sores. You will have no more.
On all fours with shores du jour.
This is your force majeure.
That's just wrong.
You have to get tested at
You're
Dexter's
stuck with that. That's
Lab.
not fair to say. That's not fair to be like that to people.
You gotta get tested at Dexter's laboratory.
Oh fuck. Well, at least he might have something there to help you. D&D, I found a new strain.
Blue while you're in blue.
Oh god.
That's so gross.
Dexter's Blood Lab.
At Dexter's laboratory, you've discovered HSV3. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
These are all things Brian has, by the way.
Yeah, I'm the first. I'm patient 0 of HSV4.
That's the
PS5,
beneficial one, though. That one actually helps you.
I remember hearing. You know what? This is dicey. I'll stop talking.
Yeah, probably Brian. But you know what?
There was
I can give you more rope to hang yourself with if you want. That's fine. Hey.
I have not said anything
Dexter's
that isn't
Laboratory.
gonna ruin my life already.
Liz the smartest boy you've ever seen, and then he'll take your baby and make it smithereens. I don't have a good rhyme for Dexter's abortion laboratory.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus isn't anywhere near Dexter's abortion laboratory.
Yeah. He'll take your body and make it clean.
Inside your belly is the dumbest creature you've ever seen, but Dexter's abortioninator smashes it to
Blow it to
smithereens.
smithereens. things. Yeah.
You can go out and have fun with your life. And the baby's dead.
You. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Isn't that the point?
Oh,
Well,
man.
I mean, sometimes it's not the point. I don't know.
You're not the dad.
I've only had a couple of them.
You were
Hey, it affects the man just as much as the woman, okay? That was the whole Control Delete comic. You know, the one lost.
I do.
It's so funny. Oh, I'm dead. I'm getting what I deserve for that joke.
And right now, my current thought is her looking in the mirror being skinnier. Just his weight loss.
I like the other frame of the comic where the guy's Xbox breaks his wife's neck and kills her in front of him and takes over the world. Destroys
Really?
his life. Yeah, and that was after
That's funny.
that was after the miscarriage.
I don't see why you'd think that was funny, Hellman.
It was pretty silly. You ever see someone's wife get killed by an Xbox?
They knew the show wouldn't last past the Xbox 360.
I'm just gonna run through the funny door. Maybe that's a good idea. Or is this just super locked? Okay, let's see a little pony magic. Yeah, I win.
There's doom and gloom. Your body is a tomb.
And that's what Dexter does to your ovaries.
For some reason, when I picture adult Dexter, I picture an unlit cigarette. An unlit cigarette dangling out of his mouth.
He's chain smoking out in front of Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, but it's like under
With
the,
his
under
big
the
rubber
lady like
gloves
it's
on.
a car. Yeah. It's really funny.
Covered in blood. It's a busy
You're
day
bad,
today at the laboratory. Oh,
Ooh,
Dee Dee,
what
not
does
you
this
again.
button do? Dee Dee keeps coming back to the laboratory.
Well,
No,
you know,
Dee Dee, no.
now I had to express very thoroughly. We're talking laboratory in the year 2050. Oh, and then the game ends. Well, anyways, that was fun. That's a really cool thing to end the game on. Hold on, let's continue, dude.
That was fun.
Wait a minute, the man smiled as he walked through the abandoned parking lot away from the pony factory. He had found and stolen the source of pony magic and escaped with his life. He'd done what others thought impossible, and now he would succeed where his father failed. With the power of hell at his fingertips, he would create his own pony army, larger and greater. All he needed was his victims to transform the factory in which to do it. God had plans for this, had smiled too in anticipation what's to come. Okay, we got more, right? No. No, quit. Okay, no, that was just the ending. Okay, yeah.
Huh.
And then we got other modes. It's Iron Horse.
You had to use what's sad to move though.
In Dexter's laboratory.
The best idea ever conceived.
He's cooking up COVID variants.
And blithering.
The new strain has 100% cure rate, DD.
I just realized that that's basically just doing the Ren voice from Ren and Stimpy.
I mean, you
I have
know.
invented it. I will call it the Omicron.
Oh, I assume Iron Horse just makes the horses hard. Look, this was fun. It's an hour long, almost exactly. I think we'll just have to end it.
Yeah. This is shorter than a movie.
Yeah, well, you know, I got my $3 worth. This was fun. We'll come back with another game in a minute. I'm gonna go get a drink, and we'll return with another stream of something else, whatever that may be. I appreciate you dropping in, Brian. I appreciate y'all watching and chatting.
Thank you for having me.
Says Day says what Hellbent and Brian had to say about geopolitical issues is very insightful. We're pretty smart.
We mostly just say smart words and laugh.
Yep. Dexter's Abortion Clinic coming to Cartoon Network. Da 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 da.
Cartoons.
Dun da 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 da.
It's a girl.
I just need like Ed and Eddie like smoking meth, and then Dexter like standing chain smoking out in front of a Planned Parenthood clinic. And
I like Ed and Eddie trying to do the great scam.
yeah, they just went from jawbreakers to meth.
Yeah, but they're in an alley.
We gotta get meth off the Canker Sisters.
The Canker Sisters definitely have meth.
It's awful. You know, I liked how the movie was very serious for Ed and Eddie, and all I could think of is like there's like some kind of awful shit going on in the Canker Sisters neighborhood that just goes unspoken.
Ed and Eddie finally got revealed to be the monsters that.
No, it's like they're having their adventures, and over in the Canker Sisters trailer park, like just the worst fucking shit ever you can imagine was happening.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Ed and Eddie getting the crypto scams. That sounds about right. We'll make our own Bitcoin based on nothing. We'll just lie.
You're at the ground level of this.
They would be rewarded for that one. They would win.
Would it be Edcoin or Jawbreakers? Would be the
Probably Edcoin, yeah. This is a sequel to Ed and Eddie on YouTube. I've seen it, Peach Creek. That's fun. I like that something like that exists and hasn't been DMCA'd because the guy who owns Ed and Eddie owns it. Cartoon Network can't take that down because they got to go through Dana Tanucci or whoever.
I think
he
you
owns
told
the
me that
rights
guy
to
was
it.
like an MTV. He's like an MTV era. Like he made really raunchy crap, and then like they said just do a cartoon.
It was really raunchy character animator, yeah, style stuff, and then allegedly somebody dared him to make a cartoon, and he did, and pitched it, and Cartoon Network picked it up, and it was successful. And it's like, oh, sometimes you should challenge yourself when somebody says you could never do this. Sometimes you do need to just do it and rub it in their fat, stupid faces.
I have made a lot of things just by my thought being, oh yeah, well I'm gonna do it.
Unless you're Christian.
Hey, live their dreams.
This has been a very highbrow stream.
Yeah, let's enjoy the subject matter.
Well, you know, I'm sad we sullied the Pony Factory story with everything that we said, but whatever. Brothers Grunt, ooh, that's one, yeah.
What's the next game, Hellbent? We're gonna play Siren Head, the 3-minute game.
Well, I'm thinking Doom Infinite, but I actually do want to take like maybe 10-15 minutes to look over my list, because there's some things I mentioned to play, but there's other things that I'm like, if I play it now, my mood for it ain't 100% there. That's the whole variety streaming thing, at least for me, in case anybody's curious as to how I pick things. Not that I imagine that that's too much the case, but I just try to pick what's fun to play, and then if something's like doing really well and I got pals around for like a online thing, I might, herb something I'm enjoying to play an online game, because everything's more fun with friends. That's just how that is.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of my thought process on that. So sometimes I'll want to do something, then my mood will change and be like, no, and then I'll just swap it to a different one last second. So yep.
Oh, so
Michael Dragmar, we will get the mercenaries, but yeah, I gotta finish that damn GTA 4 DLC. If I don't get that other open world game out of the way, and then I start another one, I'm gonna start getting like burnout on open world stuff, and then I won't enjoy mercenaries as much as I ought to. Then you'll get like a playthrough where I'm kind of like, milk toast and bored a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to give me space between the big open world games. By the way, hey Ripstud, good to see you. I have to do more Lethal Company again sometime soon. No, you can't join, Brian. Nobody likes you.
Okay.
I tried to parse you with my friends, and I just showed them a picture of you, and they all just started like laughing. So they said that they asked if it was AI generated.
My face does look AI generated. Don't look me up, but my face does look AI generated.
That's gonna be the new thing that really hurts people's feelings. Is they're gonna post a picture of their face like, "Here's my selfie," and be like, "Is that AI generated? Your arms look all wrong."
We talked about doing that with like just take someone's actual painting that's all fucked up. Like someone who makes big anti-AI comments and being like, look, this is an AI drawing. You can clearly tell it's all fucked up and it's somebody who just can't do eyes properly.
Yeah, I would never do that, but you could, and it would probably work.
People would,
but you shouldn't.
Yeah. Look at how you fail. No, don't do that. But it's a funny thought because you know someone.
Yeah,
like,
thank you for giving. Don't make a nuclear bomb. Here's the instructions, though, in case you're curious.
Look. If that's a nuclear bomb, then the world's
not literally.
fucked.
It's a metaphor, asshole. This isn't a call to action, but if you really want to fuck with people, check this out.
I guess you're right. I gave them the instructions and the targets.
Unfortunately, that we're at a point on the internet to where you just have to assume that if I say, and if you put dry ice in a pool, it could kill you, and somebody go, really? And then they'll go put dry ice in the pool and jump in and test it out.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. Oh, that happened. There was a few parts. You could throw dry ice in a pool, but it's a stupid idea because if you throw too much of it, the CO2 suffocates you.
Yeah.
So everybody's having fun in the pool, all drunk and all that. Then everybody starts like slowing down under the fog where you can't see them, and they fall into the water. And it's like, I can't see them. Everybody got so quiet. And then if you jump in to save them, now you're exposed to CO2 poisoning. So
I didn't know any of this until right now.
Yeah, I don't even know how you go about rescuing people in that situation. I guess you could hold your breath, but I mean that's not entirely great either. Who I've seen Has Been Hotel. It is good. They worked very hard on it, and congratulations to the team for pulling that off. Finish Portal 2 maybe, if I'm in the mood. Molten Amber, we'll see.
We should finish
puzzle
Portal
games,
2.
you know.
I do like Portal 2.
Yeah, I can see that. We'll look. I'll make a promise once I get back to my Steam library and take a good look at it. I got a process. It's a fun process. Florence, don't throw dry ice into anything. In fact, none of you are allowed to play with dry ice.
That's actually you have to sign a thing before you watch.
You don't have to sign anything. That's a hellbent command. None of you can be trusted with dry ice. Don't even bother.
Nothing good will happen.
They know you're not. They know your name at the chemist.
Dexter needs to stop selling it.
Somebody thought they were gonna have such a fun time too. I bought this whole block of dry ice, dude. This is gonna be such a cool party. He put it in the pool. What an asshole! What a fucking asshole!
I didn't even...
Ow! Ow!
Wow.
Ow! Oh, that's so fucking stupid.
I have an idea.
You gotta share the world with people like that. People are just swimming in the pool and it's like, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be like a rave in the pool. Look, it's funny. Oh, hey. They're really quiet in there. Maybe they're having sex.
Maybe they need more dry ice.
Yeah, let's make it smokier so that they don't get embarrassed when they come out all naked.
All naked.
It puts in like 2 more blocks. You can't jump in to get them, because then you suffocate. It's like a video game hazard.
You just make your own quicksand.
That's worse. That's worse than quicksand. I don't know why I think it's worse because the pool's a recreational item and being killed while relaxing is sad. I don't know what I'm gonna play. I'm gonna decide that later.
Hellbent,
Probably
what are you
Doom
gonna play?
Infinite. Well, Doom Infinite if it's like that, but Hey, Whorehouse Media, we're just being awful. I beat the game. It's short but fun. You shoot the ponies and stuff, and it's got like a quirky, snarky story, and that's fun. It's a fun game. It's $3. I hear, like, one of the developers, like, is having some financial trouble, so if you thought this was a good game, it would be a cool idea to go and buy a copy. If you thought this
$3. So Steam gets 2, and his kids get the 1.
Hey, anything helps. A lot of people who make games on Steam only sell like 90 copies. Did you know that? You'll see
I
tons
have a
of
feeling Steam is like Netflix in that regard, where it's a lot of.
No, you have to promote
like,
yourself.
I
It's up
made
to
it
you
in
to
a week.
advertise your
Yeah.
game. That's just how that is. In fact, you probably have a better chance on Steam because at least you could advertise your game through Let's Players and streamers and shit.
That's true. Flavor of the week stuff.
Yeah, to where like your Netflix show, like people just don't engage in enough YouTube Netflix review content compared to like streaming and stuff. Like there's a whole Twitch thing that's mostly porn, but there's some video games there.
Yeah.
Play with my worm, we'll see, Barble. You scuba gear? Yeah, scuba gear would help, but who keeps scuba gear near their pool at their fucking ritzy drink party? The one guy who scuba dives is gonna be the hero of the day.
Just in case.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna back out, grab a snack, roll up another game. We'll see what it is when we get there. Thank you for joining me, Brian. You made this a very fun conversation. We learned a lot today. And hopefully we'll learn more in a minute, but I'm gonna figure that out. So yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for chatting, thank you for the likes, thank you for the chats, thank you for joining me, Brian, and thank you for the tip, Fat Pretzel. Glad your computer's fixed. We will be back with another thing momentarily.